So, we have learned about the disorders caused by the defects in the biosynthesis of phospholipids. But equally important are the defects which are caused by the defects in the degradation of these compounds. You know that, and we had been talking it again and again, that both the biosynthesis and degradation, catabolism and anabolism goes side by side, and they are equally important. So, as far as the defects in the degradation of phospholipids is concerned, one of the most, I would say, challenging disease is the birth syndrome. It is caused by the defect in the remodeling of the cardiolipin phospholipid. I have told you, you have learned about it, that many of the one of the most important part of the metabolism of phospholipids is the remodeling procedure, in which one of the fatty acid is changed, fatty acid chain is changed by another, or R group is changed by another R group, which changes the very not only structure of the compound but also its function. So, any defect in the remodeling of cardiolipid, one of the defect of the remodeling in the remodeling of the cardiolipin is the birth syndrome. It's a very, I must say, lethal disease. It causes cardiomyopathy, increase in the size of the heart, muscles get weakened, and of course, neutropenia, or the reduction in the number of neutrophils. And when neutrophils are not that much, of course, then it will lead to more and more infection, specifically the bacterial infection. Then there is also another disease, type A Niemann-Pick disease. It's a recessive autosomal disorder. I have told you that what is meant by recessive autosomal disorder. In this disease, the enzymes activity which are involved in the degradation of the lipids, specifically the phospholipids, it reduced to less than 1%, which shows that how lethal this disease can be, how dangerous that this disease can be. In this disease, because of this defects in the degradation of lipids, the lipids got deposited or accumulated in the liver and spleen, giving rise to the increase in the size of these organs. Also, rapid neurodegeneration also caused. Why rapid neurodegeneration caused? Because of the death of the neuronal cells. This death of neuronal cells caused because of the accumulation of these fatty deposits in the lysosomes of neurons, which leads to their death, and of course, which leads to neurodegenerative disorder. I mean, the lethality of the disease can be seen when we see the prognosis of this disease. Infants which are affected by this disease, they die in very early age. Shows the lethality of this disease. Then there is relatively milder disease as compared to the type A Niemann-Pick disease. This is the type B Niemann-Pick disease. And it shows 10% activity of the enzymes which are involved in the lipid degradation. So, at least as compared to 1% which we saw in the type A disease, here the activity is reduced. Of course, it is reduced, but still 10% of the activity is seen in the enzymes, which shows that that is the reason that it's much more milder as compared to the type A disease. Also, it occurs at, or it starts on the in the later stages of the life, and of course, because it's milder nature, it has a long, the people who are affected by this disease, they have longer survival time. No neuronal, or almost no, or very little neuronal damage occurs, but still it affects the other organs like lungs, spleen, liver, and it's milder, but it is a chronic disease. So it goes on affecting your body for a long period of time because of its chronic nature.